So that's what I meant by you're finally going to get a spine.
Huh?
Tough crowd.
You just disappeared. Where'd Al go?
Susie is live and ready when you are.
We just got a little message saying if you didn't want to be live streamed, you leave the meeting, and I bet he hit the wrong button by mistake.
I'm letting him back in. Oh, and he went away again. Must be having some troubles. But we are live.
Doesn't Al work for that company that has all kinds of electronic stuff like that?
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Well, okay. It's
There he is.
now 7:01. So we will call the meeting to order. This is the June 28th meeting of the Town of Victor Planning Board. And we will start, as we always do, with the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And as indicated before, this meeting is live streamed via YouTube with the text commenting available if anybody's online with us. We had some meeting minutes that Lisa sent around, was yesterday or today, but I think we'd seen them before. But, in any event, this is from, I don't know what the date of the meeting was, May something,
May 10th.
May 10th. Does anybody have a chance to look at it? If not, we can table it until the next meeting.
No, I took a look. I'm good, Ernie.
All right. Everybody else all set?
I have to abstain.
All right. That's right. You weren't there. Welcome back, by the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Grounded here for a while.
So I'll make a motion to accept those meeting minutes.
Very good. There's a
I'll second.
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 I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting minutes are approved. Any correspondence, Lisa?
No.
And boards, well, Ed's here, so anything from the town board?
Yeah, real quickly, we at our town board meeting yesterday, Scott Harder, you may remember, you brought up to me discussion regarding access management and
Yes,
how the distances are, determined, and should we look at having functional class of the roadway as opposed to residential use?
Mhm.
So I did bring that up with the board. They had no issue with us looking at that again. Unfortunately, Wes isn't here, but Steve Metzger was at the meeting yesterday, and he was going to talk to Lorenzo, who's their access management guy.
right.
And so we'll relook at it and take another look and see if we need to amend anything.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. And I know that when we first started that adventure, Lorenzo had worked on creating a pretty comprehensive booklet in conjunction with Ontario County people. And I guess what we've learned over the years that I've seen anyway is that sometimes with the residential properties, it doesn't seem to really work.
Yeah.
But more so with the commercial and the larger subdivisions as I see it.
So, yeah, we're going to bring it up again. We'll talk with them. They may reach out to you at some point for some input, or
Okay.
anybody else on the board that's interested. But just so you know, I haven't forgotten about it. I did bring it up, and we'll address it as time allows.
Great.
That's it.
Well, thank you, Ed.
You're welcome.
Are there any other committees that are lurking in the background there? I don't think so. So we will proceed now to Lisa telling us what we have coming up.
July 12th, it is a bigger meeting. We have Delta Sonic Car Wash coming back on at 7463 State Route 96. Auction direct pavement expansion at 6520 State Route 96 for the approval of the front lot pavement being extended. Excuse me. Excuse me. Retail expansion at 4-20 Commerce Drive. Applicant is requesting approval to construct a 4,000 square foot building addition on the south side of the Victor Square Shopping Center. Number top parking expansion at 7355 96. Applicant is requesting approval for a site plan modification to the existing 1.6 acre parcel to accommodate the business operations of the top three. Vandenberg Minor Subdivision at 1657 Strong Road. Applicant is requesting approval to subdivide the parcel into 3 lots. The existing house and barn on the center lot. You have Woods at Allentown, revised 1 at High Point Drive. Applicant is requesting approval to modify the June 2021 approved site plan for Woods at Allentown. They're looking to make modifications to 1 and construct 2 42-unit buildings. And then Stonebrook subdivision will be back on for determination of lead agency. And then you have a final subdivision of Fairway Phase 3 subdivisions of lots 305 and 306. And any carryovers. If we have any.
Okay, something wrong with your mic,
Oh, it was?
Now I can hear you.
Well, there's a lot.
So everybody's taking an early holiday and we're gonna get caught up next time, I guess, sounds like.
Mhm.
All right, well, the legal notice for the public hearings appeared at the Daily Messenger along with under review signs being posted on the subject parcels. Postcards were mailed to property owners within a minimum of 500 feet from the location for the initial public hearing date of each application. For applications carried over, please refer to the Planning and Building Office. With regard to public hearings, speakers are requested to limit comments to 3 minutes and will be asked to conclude comments at 5 minutes. Delta Sonic has been removed until the July 12th meeting. Auction Direct has been removed until the July 12th meeting. And the next one we have is the Di Pasquale Garage, 7928 Oak Brook Circle. The owner is Joseph Di Pasquale. Tax map number 5.02-3-1.1000. It's 14 SP 2022. It's zoned in a limited development district, which is why it's before us. Applicant is requesting approval to construct a 325 square foot garage on the parcel. Okay, yeah, Mr. Di Pasquale, you're there, right?
Yes,
You
sir,
have
I'm
any
here.
Audio. There you go.
Thanks.
Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so currently at the end of our driveway, we have 6 kids where there's a family of 6 here and have to have some of our cars uncovered. And so I was looking to be able to create a garage in which I could put a car or two and be able to keep all the bikes and keep everything clean and tidy.
Okay. As I say, the reason you're here is because you're in a limited development district. Otherwise, something of this size probably would not come before us. The board have any questions? What?
I have a couple questions.
Sure.
Go ahead, Scott.
The drawing that you submitted shows 60-foot setbacks, but I think according to the code enforcement officer, it's only 40. Is that right?
I'm muted.
Yes.
Can I be heard?
Go ahead.
Is my mic on? I don't know if I can be heard. I'm Paul Morbido. I'm signed in as well.
Hi, Paul.
Hi.
See
So
ya.
I did well, I should be on. I don't know why I'm not. I did update the site plan to show 40-foot setbacks, because I heard from Mike Resnick, I believe it was, who so we found out after this actually started in, just pre-COVID. So we started thinking about doing this, and we were asking about getting our setback, and because we have 2 front yards, we're a corner lot. And so we learned that we have 40-foot setback. So we're not, at this point, the setback is, luckily it's not an issue for us. But since we're two two front yards, it's technically not in front of the property or of the principal structure, should I say. So I think that's what this meeting is now about, is just the fact that it is two front yards. We're within the setback, but it is technically in front of one of our front setback facing views of the house. So with that said, I did send an updated site plan, which I'm looking at. I sent it a few days ago, but I guess it didn't make it to the packets. I apologize. But yeah, so forget the 60 foot. We know it's 40 on front, both fronts. But yeah, we're looking to construct this garage. There was a little talk I talked with Joe, and there was some discussion about possibly enlarging it slightly. So just reviewing the code, it looks like as long as we're less than 1,000 and we're within setbacks, an accessory structure is allowable, which is good. So we have a couple feet, I guess, to work with that setback. Just one little note, the letter of intent states that it's a 352 square foot structure. Now, the garage is 352. The porch is actually 96, so it's actually 448, still below 1,000. But I just want to point that out to the board so that we're not thinking about different things here. So it's 96 larger than what was in the letter of intent. That being said, still below 1,000. So I guess a question that I'm going to leave with, I'm hoping to get an answer regarding is, if we do enlarge it slightly, as long as we stay below the 1,000, as long as we stay within the setback, if we're going to be allowed to do that, as long as we're approved for having the garage, the accessory building, be within one of our two front setbacks, being a corner lot.
I noticed that the code enforcement officer indicated that he didn't really have any issues with respect to the setback, if I recall what he said in the packet of information that I reviewed today. So that I suppose if you did have this structure in front of the primary structure, and if that required some type of variance, I suspect he would have flagged that, but he didn't seem to do so.
Okay.
So I guess I'm assuming, hopefully in a correct way, that this is okay in terms of the setbacks. The only question I had is I had two questions. One is the surface grading. Will that accommodate the building, and will you have positive drainage away
Yes.
from the structure?
Yep. The end of the driveway comes to a flat section. It pitches off slightly to the rear, so we'll have positive drainage away from the buildings.
Okay, and regarding lighting, you indicated on the plans, I think, that you're going to match existing, and the code officer indicated, the zoning officer, excuse me, indicated that we should take a look at that as a planning board. I guess my feeling is that whatever light fixture you use should be, compliant with the town's lighting code, which is typically downward focused lighting. The style can be the style, but just not obtrusive lighting.
Okay.
Pretty sure that's what the code reads.
All right. Take notes of that.
That's all I have.
Okay. Joe,
I've got a
anything?
question. I've got a question, but I don't know who to address it to. Mr. Morabito indicated
Yes.
that he might want to enlarge the structure, and I don't know what our approval entails. If it entails the dimensions shown on the drawings, do they have to come back to us with new drawings showing new dimensions, or do we give him a certain amount of leeway in our approval?
And I did talk to Joe about that. What I told him was, typically in these situations, if we come and ask for a certain number of square footage, that's what we're going to stick to. And if we don't, then we'll have to come back and reapply. In this case, because we're within the setback, because we're less than 1,000, as long as we're within the setback, the approval that we're seeking today is that we can be in front, quote unquote, and I wish my video was on, I'm being animated over here, no one can see me. We'll be in front of the structure on one of the front setbacks, because there's two, because it's a corner lot. So that's our reason for being here today.
Well, my concern is we're approving a project that's in the neighborhood of 500 square feet, and adding an indeterminate number of feet to the dimensions, we could end up with a 950 square foot building.
Well, if I may, just the discussion about it, there's really not that much room to do that. We can go 2 feet towards the setbacks. We're 42 as shown on the plan. So we could go to 40, which is the setback, and we can go about 2 feet left. That's it. That's as far as we can go and have it still work within his current garage configuration. We really can't get much wider than 4 more feet. So that's the discussion that's happening right now with me and Joe, is it's possibly going to get 4 feet wider. So 4 times 22. So it's not going to, it really can't get up to 950. We're not making it deeper. We're just looking for maybe a little more width to get a wider front door.
So Paul, why don't you give us a maximum number then? Why don't you tell us what that maximum number would be? I agree with Joe. I think we want to lock into a number, and I don't know how the other board members feel, but I don't think it's all that significant if you add 88 square feet to the building that you're showing. But I think in terms of the accuracy of the approval, which I think is what Joe's getting at, we want to have a number to work with.
Fair enough. So if we added 2 feet to the right side and 2 feet to the left side, which I believe is the max we could really add, and we keep the porch, which was not listed in the letter of intent, but listed on the plan, we would wind up with a total building footprint of 536 square feet. And that's what we're deciding with right now. So
you're looking at 20 by 22,
yes, yep. 20
and
by
still
20.
with the single door on the front.
It'll be a
It
single
would
door on the
become
front. Yeah, single door on the
It would
front.
become a 2-car garage then, or
It'd be a bit of a tight 2-car, but it would give him a little more storage for, if he gets a car in there and he can get some more of his things, kind of housed and tidy up the yard.
Well, if we said, rather than sticking to the 325, no more than 600 square feet, would that be within your building plan?
Absolutely. That's fair enough. That'd be perfect, actually.
Looking forward, think
and
about
that
that.
works for me.
It works for me as well.
All right, Al, you have anything?
No other question or comments between Joe and Scott. I think we covered any questions I had, and just a commentary. I think certainly the elevations and architectural look of the building is I think in keeping with the character of the existing home and neighborhood. So I'm good with it.
You and I agree. You have a
Thank
motion
you.
to close the public hearing?
I'll move that.
Second.
Okay, Scott, Joe seconds, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, public hearing is closed.
Thank you, everybody.
And do we have any, Susie, do we have any comments?
No, there's no comments.
That's good.
Thank you. All right, we have a resolution here. It's for the Deep Pasquale Garage, 7928 Oak Brook Circle. Today's date, 6/28/22, application number 14 SP 2022. Whereas the planning board made the following findings of fact. There are 6 of them, and I just read number 2. It's the intent of the applicant to receive approval for no more than 600 square foot garage at 7928 Oak Brook Circle. So if you're gonna go over 600, you have to come back to the board. Whereas the Town of Victor Planning Board reviewed the unlisted action on June 28, 2022, and identified no significant impacts. Now therefore be it resolved that the project Deep Pasquale Garage will not have a significant impact on the environment, and that a negative declaration be prepared. And be it further resolved that the application of Joe Di Pasquale, site plan entitled Di Pasquale Garage, drawn by Morabito Architects, dated December 2021, received by the Planning Board May 5, 2022. Planning Board application number 14 SP 2022 be approved with the following conditions. Conditions to be addressed prior to the chairman's signature on the site plan. One, that no final signatures will be given on the plans until all legal and engineering fees have been paid as per fee reimbursement local law adopted November 25, 1996. Ongoing conditions that the site plan comply with the Town of Victor design and construction standards for land development, including section 4. 2, that a building permit be obtained for the garage prior to installation. And be it further resolved that the planning board secretary distribute the planning board's approval letter. Have a motion on that?
I'll move
I'll
it.
move.
Oh,
Second.
Scott got me to the,
Yeah, I'll second.
Scott moves, Joe seconds, all in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Okay, approved. Okay, you guys are all set.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
Welcome.
Sure.
Have a great weekend.
You too. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Next and last item. Actually, the Stonebrook subdivision has also been removed until the July 12th meeting. This is for an extension of time for the Woods at Valentine. It's their first 90-day extension building request, 16 SB 2021. It's High Point Drive, Zone Plan Development District. Owner is Valentine Woods LLC. Applicant received approval on June 22, 2022. Is that right? June 22?
21.
Maybe 21.
Would it be 21?
Yep, last
Okay. Applicant received approval on June 21, 2020, June 22, 2021. 22 is there. To construct 288 for rent apartments within 12 buildings on 56.87 acres. Pursuant to Town Code 211-31F2, the applicant is required to obtain a building permit within 1 year of the date of the resolution granting approval. Applicant is requesting their first 90-day extension to section 211-31F2. And they have a motion here for the Woods at Valentine, today's date, 6/28/22. Whoop,
I'll move.
we haven't read it yet.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were done. I'm not looking at anything.
Okay, whereas this application is 16 SB 2021. Whereas by letter dated June 7, 2022, James Criticos of BME Associates on behalf of the Zach client, the applicant, Commercial Street Partners LLC for Woods at Valentine, the project, requesting a 90-day extension of time to obtain a building permit in accordance with Victortown Code, section 211-31F2. And whereas Code section 211-31F2 provides that an applicant shall obtain a building permit for any project that has received site plan approval within 1 year from the date of the resolution granting site plan approval, whether such approval is conditional or otherwise. If a building permit is not issued within 1 year, the site plan approval shall expire. The 1 year period may be extended by the planning board for up to 2 90-day periods at the discretion of the planning board. Now therefore, it be it resolved that the Town of Victor Planning Board grants the first 90-day extension of time for the project to obtain a building permit. We've got a, it doesn't quite end here. It says with the following conditions, and I don't see anything on the proposed
No.
resolution.
We
There
took
aren't
those
any.
off.
Okay. All right. Okay, we have a motion on this then. Al?
Are you ready now? I'll move.
I am. Al moves. We have a second.
Second.
Joe second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah. One more item we have. Motion to adjourn.
I'll move it.
Second.
Okay, Scott moves it. Joe seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.